87 of the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies podcast. We are brought to you by Black Belt Digital Marketing. Anything you need to build your business on or offline, web design, SEO, Google Ads. We just launched some new AI products like receptionist, chat receptionist for the website, phone receptionist, automatic review management. So you get a review, anything 4 or 5, like it just answers it automatically.
That's cool. Does it make
like with a good where our CRM does make appointments, and it can send them a link and make your appointment here. Like we can, depends on how you want to use it. And then like we actually have a CRM similar to, I know you use like Go High Level as like your manager. We have that. We're just learning how to use it with the company that we
There's
work
a lot
with.
going on in these CRMs, man.
Oh, dude, we'll talk. And not because of Rogan whatsoever, but I started using Perplexity for like our management. They launched something called Computer. So we are using Perplexity. You could do regular search. And then, there's like, you can open up spaces. So we have like a space for each client. So now when my team is doing something for a client, like maybe generating content for them, we're doing it within Perplexity and then it's saved. So I can go back to that a year from now and go, what was that blog that we did? Let's open that up. Okay, let's modify this. Like all the work is there, where right now it's like somebody's using ChatGPT, somebody's using Gemini. Like now everything's in one place.
Perplexity, if you want to steal us away from ChatGPT and Gemini, you can sponsor Jiu-Jitsu Dummies.
But I in my mind, I knew if I mentioned Perplexity on the show, immediately people could be like, Rogan, because you know that he's using it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's plug that into Perplexity.
Apparently, it's really good though.
It is really good. It's basically it'll find the right model to do the thing that you want it to do. Like I should show you. We did some posts of I took some stuff of us and we created. I was just playing with it and I wanted to create posts of us here. Let me see if I can pull it up. So I don't want to sit here forever. I could probably pick it up from my phone faster than I can from probably here.
We haven't done intros yet, right?
It was, yeah. That's okay. We're talking about black belt. So, I think it'll be really cool to kind of show you this stuff. Let's see. Is that one of them? Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, cool. Claymation?
I don't know if we could see that on the
It makes me look thin.
It does look like the claymation, right? So we have that one.
What was that show? Celebrity Deathmatch?
Yeah, there.
God.
I had to like fix it because like the J wasn't correct, so like you got to put it back, and then it changes it a little bit more each time. But look, you look. It took out the gray.
I way more hardcore.
Add the gray hair back into my beard, you know, and
awesome.
And that was just me by myself. But I went it went too much gray, but I got sick of playing with it.
You look very ethnic.
Yeah, very ethnic.
More Mexican, less Samoan.
The only thing it got wrong was like the sticker on the back. The marketing isn't spelled correctly, but it got everything.
Still,
it got everything really good.
Now Bo's got a lot to edit into this episode.
I should probably send those to him so people know what the heck we're talking about. But anyway, yeah, man, we're doing a lot of AI stuff. Look, if you're not messing with AI for whatever business you're in, even for
you're going to fall behind.
Yeah, like people keep on saying like if you don't know, like people are scared about losing their jobs. And people are saying like, don't be scared of AI, or the only people that should be worried are people that aren't learning AI, right? Like you're gonna lose your job, not to AI, but somebody who knows AI.
Yeah.
So I went to
it still has to get done. It's not self-programming.
I went to a thing in Miami a couple of weeks ago, and at my CRM is completely everything we use now has an AI version. So like social media, posting it automatically for a client. Now there's social AI. It's standard, pro, social AI. So everything is moving that way. The Perplexity I'm using for like managing what we're doing for the client and then plugging it into where it needs to be. But even our CRM is like saying, no, we're taking that away too. You're going to be able to do all that in here and keep all the work under the client's file, right? So it's not completely done yet. So I'm like, I needed something now. I'm using Perplexity. So
that's cool.
Anyway, but at Black Belt Digital Marketing, again, we do, we specialize in local marketing. So check us out at bbdigitalmarketing.com. At Black Belt Digital Marketing on Instagram. You can request a free review of your online presence right there on our homepage. It's really, really cool. It'll just like grade everything that you're doing. It'll find everything that's out there about you and give you just like an overall grade on each, like on your social, on your local, on your GBP, on your listings. All right. So check us out. Again, Black Belt Digital Marketing. on Instagram and bbdigitalmarketing.com if you want to request your free online review. And you can even just give us a call. It goes to all of our AI assistants. Everything is freaking AI. I love it. I even set up AI for my phone so it doesn't, all the spam that I get. So now it filters out my spam. I
would love to get like an AI answering service for like my off hours or like when I'm in classes, etc.
You could do it through your platform. I wouldn't. I'm sure. Like just there, you just have to like turn it on. I had it. I turned it on. I turned it on over there. Was using it, and then I had to switch back.
This will branch.
I didn't like go high level.
This will branch us into the Academy Safe portion. But you now brought Chris Rodriguez onto the board. At the last Maya, she was talking about AI. This woman has created an AI for role playing your sales, your calls. Yeah. So she's like, my staff can just, we want a disgruntled parent calling in about, but
you know how she did that?
How?
Claude, I think.
Yeah.
She had, when I was talking to her about coming onto the board, she had a computer like over her shoulder at a desk. And I think she just has the computer working on Claude, like doing that kind of stuff. So Claude is like the programming. And it's like you tell it what you want. You don't have to be a coder. You tell it what it wants. Yeah. I believe the overall, that's called like vibe coding now. That's what that's being called. So it's just like, you just speak it into your computer. I need this. You don't even have to type, right? Use the microphone. Yeah. And I believe that's how she did it. Or at least I'm sure she has employees doing it too. Yeah. But she literally she mentioned something and she's like, yeah, I have Claude working on this over here. And it was just, I think you can kind of see on the screen, like things moving, like it was just working on something like that she wanted to create. Chris really, really changed my outlook. I was there with Academy Safe on a table. I was just at a table at the Maya event, and she pretty much, when she spoke, she kind of bookended it, right? She spoke at the beginning and then the last day, and she changed my outlook on almost everything that I was doing. Because anything, insert business here. Right, they were talking about martial arts academies, but so much of that is relevant. I'm doing sales; it's the same thing. You're doing a sale; I'm doing a sale. Christmas and Julys, I've been recommending Christmas to Julys to clients across the spectrum.
Of course,
I actually told somebody I was going to pick your brain about how you do it for martial arts, because I was telling Ohana. Ohana's a client, and I was telling him like,
you guys can check out Maya and learn what I learned.
Yeah, but I felt. I didn't realize I was getting a master class while I was there for Academy Safe. We were in the room with you guys instead of outside. So there was a complaint that we didn't get enough to talk to people, because when you're in the room, you guys were talking. It wasn't like time to talk, but people could be out in the hallway talking. Yeah. So it was kind of like I didn't get to speak to a lot of people, because every time you guys broke for lunch or whatever, you left.
20 minutes.
You left the room, go to the bathroom, go back up to the hotel, get this, get that, eat. But it was replaced with a master class. Yeah. And I got to sit on what Maya really learned. So it was great. She is very specifically amazing. I've learned so much. And it's why I tried Go High Level. It wasn't for us, because I'm a done for you service versus telling a client, here, now you use this, which is what you do with your kind of leads, right?
I use
They get them through the door, and then
specifically for them. Then my business platform is my studio.
For the chase. You get them for the chase.
Yeah. It's just my lead structures through high level.
Yeah. So we can do that. It's just that it's we have to learn it as they've built it and changed it. So we're learning it, and then we can implement it for clients. So
fantastic.
So enough about that. But listen, for those out there, we're not sponsored by Maya. It is a great organization to be part of.
I would love to be sponsored by Maya. Maya or Century Martial Arts.
If you get out there, right? I mean, those right. The guys from Century.
Century owns Maya.
Maya, okay.
So Maya was started by Mike Metzger, and it got to a certain level where he was like, "Oh, this is. I think we're at the ceiling of what I can do alone," kind of thing. And Century came in and they worked some stuff out, and now it's where it is.
Chris also belongs to something called the Seven Figure Agency.
Chris is involved in all sorts of crazy.
Groups. She's a Titan, which means she makes her agency is at very least over $5 million a year.
Yeah,
so it's amazing.
She's a hitter.
I happen to be. I'm an agency owner, and my name is Milton Campis.
Oh, snap.
I'm a black belt training out of South Florida. I am the owner of Black Belt Digital Marketing. That's why we talk about it so much. Sorry, guys. But for people out there that are, gym owners, a lot of that stuff is relevant. And look, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Chris if you want to just get some tips. My consultations are free. And I really tell hey, what's the best thing for you to do? Some people just want the marketing. So they're like, I have the platform to chase the lead. I just need the name in my system, right? So there's some people that we're good at that part.
Yeah.
They're better at the like, and we're going to chase the lead for you and we're going to text it. Bro, we're coming to that, but we're not, my company's not there yet.
Yeah. Something that, like, as a guy, I don't have a front desk. It's myself and my wife. So depending on the hour.
And who are you?
Oh, my name is Ben Stark, 3rd degree black belt from American Top Team Palm Beach Gardens, head coach and owner. That's why I talk about it so much.
That's awesome. Don't forget to like, comment, save, share, click the subscribe button. We appreciate all of your support. Why don't we let you go ahead and give your fight tape a little shout out?
Oh, snap. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a long time since our last show, and I have missed you dearly.
Oh, thank you, brother.
My friend Milton. But what I've missed more is wrapping the hands of these young savages before they enter the combatagon. And nothing better to wrap your fighters or your boo-boos with than fight tape.
Hold on. Let's me.
Yes. Go on fighttape.us or our Instagram, fighttape.us, and order the best gauze and tape available. But you're going to have to act fast on the gauze. I only have 3 boxes left. That's like 150-something rolls total before the next order comes in. Who knows when that will be with the Strait of Hormuz being shut down.
Is that going to affect you?
I hope not.
I mean, where does your stuff come from?
China.
Okay.
My sales rep says it won't, but I mean, they also want the sale. So we'll see. So get your gauze while you can before it runs out.
We are a jiu-jitsu podcast, and we haven't talked about jiu-jitsu yet.
Yeah, it's true.
But, man, the world is on fire. Doesn't it feel like the world's on fire? I don't know how much news you watch. Even if you don't,
I do my best.
Seems crazy.
Like, there was a period of like Trump's first like presidency where I was watching so much, and I was like, this is just, I'm going insane watching whatever. Yeah. And I literally just stopped.
This is my policy. I wake up in the morning. The first thing I do is I just put on the news. I don't have like regular, like I'm like most. I don't have cable. I just do the apps on the TV.
Just the fact that you're turning on the news is a problem.
Well, so this is the thing, and I always said this is it's been a joke, and it's really the truth now. I turn on the news just to make sure the world's not ending. I'll watch it for a little bit, maybe like leave it on in the background for like an hour. But I used to, because I mostly work from home, I used to just throw on CNN. Yeah, I used to listen to CNN. Haters, go ahead and comment. But I would have it on the whole day. I would just put it on, and then I worked at home, so it was just like I would, just throw it on and just listen to it all day, and it was like definitely like affected me, like depression wise. Like it was just like depressing to listen to that all day. I would switch it up sometimes with music and stuff like that. Now it's almost always a podcast or some podcast, music, or comedy. I just throw something on, even if I've watched it before. It could be just anything. Yeah. But like I'll listen, like when I listen to Rogan, I'm almost always listening to his stuff with comedians.
Bro, I don't listen to the regular stuff anymore.
Yeah, I can't.
I listen to pro wrestler podcasts.
Yeah.
I listen to comedian podcasts, and I listen to fight sports stuff, and that's it.
Yeah.
If I want my news, I go to Alex Jones.
No, do you really?
No. I mean, here's the problem, though. He's been really fucking accurate.
No, he hasn't been accurate. That's like saying, like, I say, like, look at that wall right there behind you. Like, like I threw out that many conspiracies, and then like 2 of them were true, and then it's just like, you see, you was right.
They're hiding everything. They're giving us all the news.
But it's also like
they're reptiles and they're eating our brains, Milton.
Okay, so I remember like the gay frogs thing. Remember there was a thing about
they're making the frogs gay.
Yeah, that's gonna get us clipped. We both said it. But right, so like that something like it's just like he's not getting the story 100% right, so it sounds so off the wall.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And then like hey, there's the Epstein Island thing, and like there's kids, and well, remember, let's be careful what we say so we don't get blocked. The whole thing.
I mean, it was just a joke. I'm sorry,
but no, it's okay. We'll be all right. It was. But like the way he presented it sounded so crazy. Like, okay, let's say like
Pizza also talks like this.
Like Pizzagate was one like that really wasn't true. But I guess I guess the word pizza was used as in lieu of. Let's not say what it was. Right, what meant. Okay, I'm going to get you this.
Well,
and so and I guess that somehow related to that. And then people were saying like you can go there.
We can say this stuff if we get sponsored by the right people.
Probably. I mean, just I mean, even like, again, I'm watching a lot of Rogan lately, so, you know, I'm not, I wasn't listening to Rogan when I started this. I like maybe listened to him once in a while. I wasn't a Rogan fan. I wasn't even like a podcast fan. I wanted to do this because it was just fun. So like obviously we're not like Rogan, but it's,
I mean,
like
it's one of us.
I am listening to him a lot. Like, so like the perplexity thing, I'm like, oh God, people go like it, just trying to be Rogan. And that just happened. Like,
good product.
I saw an ad and I was just like, oh, computer. Like, it wasn't because I was listening to it on the podcast. As a matter of fact, I was like exclusively using Gemini. So,
I've recently come into Gemini. I like Gemini.
Gemini's great. Listen, anything that just plugs into what you're using is just useful for you.
I find I get better writing out of Gemini than I did ChatGPT.
Yeah.
It's kind of easier to converse with. It gets what I'm asking it a little better.
So, where was I going with that? Like, I'm gonna say things because I've heard them on Rogan, but like it's not because I'm like Rogan. Like I really do I like the comedy stuff. I love the comedy stuff.
You can't escape it. If you're in a podcast space and you do anything Rogan does, you're like this guy. Of course, he's the #1 show on the planet, dude.
You know, want to know what's funny? And I love him to death. Miguel's like definitely a Rogan fan. He'd be like, "Hey, did you listen to this podcast yet?" And I'd be like, "Oh, you know, I don't really listen to the ones that are too serious." It's just because of my own mental health. I need funny. I need serotonin release. But like, he's like went on the carnivore diet. He does archery. You know, he's a guy, but he was always a guy's guy. You know, he's a fisherman. You know, obviously jiu-jitsu.
He's very much a dude.
He's a dude, but then it would be like carnivore diet and then archery. And I'm like, oh, you're really getting into the Rogan stuff.
Overlapping stuff.
Yeah, no. I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on him or anyone, but I get that comparison when I'm thinking about that when I see somebody that's doing a lot of Rogan stuff. And then I'm like, I'm just mentioning stuff I heard on the podcast, and I don't want people to be like, oh, there he is with his head up Rogan's head. Because I actually disagree with most of where he's gone with his politics. I'm very much, I think, more center than where he's gone.
Have you bought a bunker yet?
No. I watched a really great bunker video, by the way. It's total AI video of a bunker being put into somebody's backyard with a whole bunch of like 20-foot containers. Did you see that? Did you see that video though?
Bro, I've made full plans to build a house out of packing containers.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. Like,
I mean, that might be
so fucking relevant right now.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
It was the
worst part of Florida. You can't dig into the ground
because of sinkholes, right?
Yeah, if you live up north, you can build 10 floors down.
Is it? You can't do that here, but
we're at sea level
because it's safer to do it there.
It
goes up.
You're
right?
higher up on sea level.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why when they show those videos of
why Florida's going to be gone.
Florida,
first.
like South Florida is going to be gone, right? And then you go up. I've been up to. There's a place where it's like the hilliest place in Florida.
The trash.
Claremont. I went to Claremont, I believe, and then no.
The biggest hills in Florida are the dumps off the turnpike.
No, yeah, for here in South Florida. But when you go up to Claremont, like literally when you're driving to Claremont, you're just looking at it and it gets like it gets really hilly, like in a certain
When I was driving into Lee, I drove through some like surprisingly hilly areas. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I forgot where we were going with the whole Rogan stuff, but
let's break it down. Let's get into current news.
Let's talk about just Academy Safe, just a final sponsor shout outs because we didn't talk about Academy Safe for Flow and Roll. So brought to you by Academy Safe. We all know, if you've listened to the show, I founded a nonprofit where we're doing background checks and safe sports certification, along with what we're calling like 8 total pillars in the U.S. and Canada. And, you know, everything from CPR, first aid, AED in your facility, security cameras, things like that. Things that make your academy safe. No longer do we want to just be in a place where you're bringing your kid to an academy where you have nothing about the instructors. Mm-hmm. You're an accredited member, which means you and all of your coaches and staff members have gone through the process. So thank you for doing that.
Proud to say it.
Happy to have you. And then we talked before, when you're doing your seminars, man, you know, if you want to like co-brand them with Academy Safe, we'd love to do that. We'll promote.
I mean, that being said, if you are an academy owner out there and you want either of us or both of us at your academy, we are Florida locals.
I've been asked to do hey, would the Jiu-Jitsu dummies come out and do a seminar? And I just kind of wasn't really in a place where
as long as you're not a jerk.
Yeah, no, like I have some really fun stuff that I like to teach that I teach in my academy that are just like some cool, like I like the little trick kind of stuff. Like,
and let's be honest, there's not enough big guys doing big guy jiu-jitsu out there. It's all little guys with flashy moves.
Speaking of flashy, I freaking we were doing some like it was like this in like it was in an inverted sweep. You had to really get under somebody, but you needed to throw your legs kind of
Which sweep?
over. I don't know what it's called, but
From what position?
It's from their inside control, and you're going to come all the way under their body. But you had to invert the I don't know the name of it, but the move that we were being shown was like you had to invert. So I just can't invert. My lower back is just still fucked up. Yeah, you're kind of like you're digging in under. You're going under the body.
And your legs are gonna go like over their head?
No, you have to come under and then like I think bring your leg underneath them and then like you're inverting. I had never done the move. I had never done it, and because I can't invert. Literally, my back
like
is
an entry to tornado guard.
I don't know what tornado guard is. We don't. I understand. Hold on, let's say that I came up in a system where we were never taught any names. We weren't taught the original names. Our coach had such a big kids program that he named every move with something clever for the kids. So then when he taught it to the adults, because we had so many adults that had kids in the program, he would use the same names as the kids. So we literally never learned the names of any of the moves for 8 years at one place. I never. So like, do you know what the nene is? Do you know what cover like block out the sun? Block the sun. Yeah, there's a move where you got like, so like he would do that, like block the sun. Like, so it was almost like an Eddie Bravo type thing that certain things, but it was all for kids. Cool. There was one that was like stomp the dollar or like put your foot on the dollar. Exactly. I'd be like, why $1? Well, like, because if you saw $1, you'd go like that. I'm like, none of these names make sense to us. So, but that was just like the jiu-jitsu that we learned. So I like when people say stuff, I'm just like, you have to show me, like explain it to me, show it to me. So I don't know names of anything. Now my new school, now I like know. Remember I was like, John Wayne sweep the other day. You were like, John Wayne sweep. And then I explained it to you and then you were like, okay, I know what you're talking about. But there's 20 freaking different names for that.
You remember when Cyborg would play half guard and go upside down? So
no, I never.
Inverted half guard is tornado guard.
Inverted half guard.
So like your trapped leg would be Achilles to balls, and you're upside down.
Achilles to the like. So
your heel would be under their
so not a butterfly. You have one foot in, not both.
Yeah, half guard.
Okay.
Upside down, one leg underneath their crotch. Okay.
It may be.
It's insane.
It may be something similar to what we were doing. I don't remember.
It's good for small people.
But so I'm working with a group of 3, another black belt and then a lower belt. And I could do the move, but I can't like invert. So I'm like doing it a little bit more sloppily. I'm a lot of times like I figure, okay, if I do it like this, I could do the same move without having to like really get up on my shoulders and invert. Yeah. And he goes, he grabbed my leg and he goes, here. He goes, no, you got to get your leg further over. And everything just literally, it felt like, it felt and sounded like the packing.
Oh, the packing
the bubbles.
Yeah.
It was like, and I just felt my, like from the bottom all the way up to my neck.
No shit.
Yeah. And it was just like, all right, did you just crack my back?
Am I a cripple?
It was like, I think like whatever, like tendons or whatever, like just along my back, along the sides. Fucking still hurts today. It was painful to sleep.
And you went to massage? You didn't get any further into that?
I actually have a client who's a mobile chiropractic. So I've seen her twice. It's been 1 month. I've seen her twice. And I'm going for I had stopped going to massage therapy. I have like a membership. I just, traveling so much, I just didn't book appointments because I was going to be all over the place. So I have them like banked. So I have like one, even if they carry over, right? So I just went, last Tuesday, last Tuesday, mobile chiropractor. The next Tuesday, I went to the massage therapist, and then I have an appointment set tomorrow, Saturday. So it's helped.
Muscular?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of pulse therapy?
I've already had that lower back issue, but this is like I can feel it in like I guess like you would say like I feel it in the muscles. It's not my spine. My spine doesn't hurt any more than whatever is already.
Pulse therapy,
which is what.
Are you familiar with pulsating electromagnetic field therapy?
No.
It's a variation off of PEMF, but it's apparently got more wavelengths. It's like it's really intense. Like it feels like electro stim, but like
It also feels like that's going to be not something that's covered by my.
Oh no, God,
at all, right?
Maybe. Where my wife works in a chiropractic office, they have it, and I'm sure, like going through a proper medical office, yes, it can. Yeah. Be.
So I have a chiropractic office that I used to go to once a week religiously. I definitely felt like I felt better after, but everything always came back. Like it was never like a permanent.
Nothing is. You know, that's why, like, when you start a lot of therapies, it's 3 times a week. Then after a month, it's 2 times. You get to where you need to be, and then you just lock it in and maintain.
She's a client, and part of our deal was to give me and the salesperson a free massage.
I love barter.
A free home visit. So she's a massage therapist and a chiropractor. So she comes out, tell her what's wrong. She'll work on it, and then crack you up. And I always feel great.
Yeah.
Right now, like, if I just literally, like, you ever bang your head going into a car, like, oh, the car's like maybe like the slightest like tap on my head or anything, or like moving in bed, this just all hurts here, and then my lower back is hurting from the inversion. This I don't think this is from the inversion. Yeah, just being it's old. Viejitis. My father calls it the viejitis.
The viejitis.
Viejo, like vieja in Spanish, old. Viejitis, like diabetes. Yeah. Viejitis.
You're cursed with the old.
So yeah, it's been a thing.
I understand.
We were talking about Academy Safe. Went to your seminar. So look, so we were talking about seminars. Reach out to you. Is like your Instagram the best place to reach out to you to do like a seminar?
MMA Coach Ben on Instagram. Hit me up. Hit up Jiu-Jitsu Dummies.
Yeah,
some magic happen.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I said, we could do with Jiu-Jitsu Dummies, and then I said I haven't trained forever.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to go back this Thursday, but I didn't. But again, hit us up. I would definitely love to do some Academy Safe, Jiu-Jitsu Dummies, seminars. We've been asked, but kind of in the beginning of Academy Safe, and I did do it. Like I did one at mine. I had the guys from BJJ After 40, right?
Yeah,
Mike and Sheena. We did one at my place. We were trying to do some other ones too. And then I've done some stuff. I've taught at Ohana, and then they did a women's seminar.
Yeah.
So I've been
supportive.
Yeah. Went out, gave stuff out. I don't know where the heck our producer is. Bo's going to flip his lid because it's not cutting. I know that it's not cutting back and forth. They're probably going to give him both
2 streams,
of him, and he's going to have to cut it now, and he's going to be pissed. I'm going to ask him when our producer comes back because nobody's sitting here. So academysafe.org, right? We're on that mission to get everybody background checked. So check it out, academysafe.org or Academy Safe on Instagram. And then we talked very briefly about Flow and Roll. I've been going out to the IBJJFs. I went to Austin. Where else did I go?
Are you a celebrity yet? Do they know you?
I get a lot of, it's fun. I'll get a couple of like,
are you that guy?
Do you do the Jiu-Jitsu dummy? I think like they know, but then you'd be like, are you the Jiu-Jitsu dummies? So I get that. And then a lot of times, like somebody will know me and be like, take a picture with their kid. I don't know that the kid knows the podcast.
Yeah.
So that happens. So I take a couple of pictures here and there.
How much you charge for an autograph?
Zero. Happy to take pictures. What happens a lot is I do get a lot of like
side eye
stares. Like I know that like,
why do I know this guy?
Either I know this guy, like, so if I'm wearing the Jiu-Jitsu dummy shirt, it's usually a little bit more like, oh yeah, hey, like,
cool.
Point, get a thumbs up.
How cool is that? Honestly, how cool is it that people will be like, yo, I like this creative show thing you made.
Yeah, no,
that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I love that. You gotta get that a little bit, right? You're, like, between your content, you got like great
old
content.
friends, people that know me that are into jiu-jitsu that like find the podcast
but like at the combat nights and stuff like that, you're commentating, like you're in the back. Aren't people like?
I get a lot more from combat night because I'm also in the back wrapping some of these guys' hands so they see me. And then crazy, it's a small community, man. Half the state has the same lineage as me.
Yeah.
So it's like
American,
coach, like
American top team, kind of that lineage.
The same grading professor, the same striking coach.
Okay.
Because a lot of the state has been into ATT for a camp, 5 months, 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's just these circles are just overlapping everywhere. And it's cool. At like if you're roughly my age, we probably know each other.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the young gun, like, you know, fuck every other team, man. I'm blah. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, my coach loves you. But I thought it is a sport, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. And that's probably where I'm recognized the most.
Again, it does happen. I get a lot of the, like, if I'm wearing the shirt, if I'm wearing a jiu-jitsu, then it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. But I'm actually getting that with Academy. I got, at this last event that I went to at Kissimmee, that went to Pans, I got a lot of, like, just passing, like, love what you're doing. And just people keep on going. So again, most of that is, you know, we have a decent following on Instagram, just a few thousand right now, but because we post so much around Jiu-Jitsu dummies and talk about it here, I think this is where most people are hearing
just
about
the fact that people recognize Academy Safe on would you say more frequently than Jiu-Jitsu dummies?
At this last event, it was, I mean, again, it's like which shirt I'm wearing. Yeah. And if I'm wearing I'm there to represent Academy Safe. So it's very rare that I even have the jiu-jitsu. Like, I wore the jiu-jitsu dummy shirt, I think, on the last day, because it was like a half day and I was leaving. I was just getting in the car to come home. So yeah, I think I've gotten in, if I put it all together, being out at the events, I think I'm getting more attention because of the Academy Safe, which is great. That
was the goal.
Yeah.
And you guys got with Google on something?
We got a Google grant. Okay. So we had a $10,000 a month grant from Google.
That is
advertising
crazy.
Grant. So, you know, they're not handing you 10 grand, but you got $10,000. I mean,
they're kind of handed it to you in terms of services, right?
Yeah. So again, funny enough, we didn't set this up this way, but going back to AI, one of the when I started to play with Perplexity, like I managed the Google Ads accounts. I'm the guy that manages the Google Ads accounts at my company. It's the one, like, larger thing that I do.
Can you show me how to set one up?
Yeah. So wait, you're going to love this, is Perplexity. They have these things called connectors in that computer model. This is why I started using it. So, like, it can hook to, I just added all my Google products. So it's Google Drive. And then I'll use that example, Google Drive and Google Ads. So I set up those connectors, and then, you log in like you do on, you like on Facebook. It's like, oh, new app, and like, let this connect, and it connects to your Facebook. So it has the connector for Google Ads, and I've already done it and set it up, and I did use AI and ask it questions. So I go to the connector for the first time, and I ask Perplexity, how can you help me? It's like, oh, give me your account number, and it reviewed my account and gave me all the things that, like, I could do better or fix or suggestions. So now when I'm managing a Google Ads account, I manage it with Perplexity. I go into the account, I give it the account number, it goes in. Not only does it go in and tell me what needs to be fixed, I still have to fix it. It's not going to do it automatically. I still have to go in, but it'll say, do this, add these keywords, change this headline, do this. And then the really cool thing is with Google Drive. So it'll say, okay, it's set up a Google Doc in my Drive, and it keeps a list of everything that it's ever done. So, like, if you needed to give that to somebody, or if you needed to, like, move the account or work with a different AI, you could just upload the document and be like, this is everything that I've done. And it's all automatic. So
how much is Perplexity per month?
I'm doing the Enterprise Edition. It's $40 a month.
That's not
per
bad.
User. If you're just a regular user, you're not a business and you're not using their Enterprise Edition, it's like $200 per month to use the computer side. But because I'm using it as, like,
more for a personal user than for a business.
Yeah, it's weird. I may have that. It's 200. It says it on the thing. Package $200. But that's like if you're just going to be use it, like, personally. But because I just set it up as an Enterprise Edition, and I set up a license for each one of my employees, for whatever reason, it's just the $40.
Awesome.
It sounded crazy. It does sound crazy, but yeah, the computer side is.
Because I'm going to have to boil down and pay for one of these.
Yeah, you probably have to. Well, yeah, I mean, like, I would say I just started using it. Give me a couple of weeks and like get my feedback in a couple of weeks. But I mean, there are others. This one just is like, and look, they're all getting better. So it's like, oh, this one's better now, and then this one's better tomorrow. But I used it, and I've been actually, what I do is I for like a half hour, I say, Perplexity, right? Give me, what tasks do we have to complete today? I've got a half hour. And it'll go, okay, okay, let's do these. This should be quick enough.
So it's connected to your calendar and stuff too?
You can do all of that, yeah. You can connect. All the connectors are Google Ads, Google Calendar, Google Drive.
I feel like
your Google My Business,
time to get used to.
It will fucking connect your Google My Business, which I haven't even done yet. I mean, that's like the core of our business, is doing it with, like, managing somebody's GBP. So it's cool, but we're using that for a huge part of that.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I was given again. We're shouting out Flow and Roll at Flow_N_Roll. They've been awesome. We've been going. The whole reason we were mentioning the IBJJFs is that I go out when they're out at an event. I go out, hang out with them. They have our banner in their booth, and I talk to gym owners that he introduces me to. People that just recognize the logo or have a question. Or Sean goes, "Yeah, that's him. He's the guy," and he points him over to me, and then I chat with somebody. The best events for us to go to, though, are the kids' events, because when there's kids, there's a parent who's concerned, and then the coach is not competing. So then the coaches are walking around and more engaged with like the vendors and talking versus like this Pans was all adults. So it's all the coaches, but they're competing and they're so dialed in. Yeah, they might be, coaching some of their black belts down to white belts, whatever it is, but they're more engaged in they've got a job to do that day, and they're also competing, so they don't want to talk to anybody. But when it's a kids event, I see not only are the parents engaged, again, like kids would recognize us from online, then the parents are like, this is a really cool thing, or might be a listener, and then the coach is like, again, he's coaching, but not his brain is not consumed by, I also have to compete.
And there's one guy with a pencil-thin mustache going, you guys suck.
Yeah. So check out flowandroll.com. Get 20% off your online orders with code JJD. So that was our last shout out?
Good Lord.
Well, I mean, we
my fault.
We do a good job of like mixing it in, I hope. So it's been a cool, like a really crazy couple of months going out to all these events. I went to Austin, been to Pans, Miami. I'm in Florida, so those are easy. Austin was fun. I've always wanted to travel for jiu-jitsu, but I'm not going and traveling and then like going to train.
Yeah.
A lot of these, the schools are like closed or they're all there at the event. So it's like you can't
You'd have to get there a week out.
You need to be there either before or after. But again, a lot of these guys are dialed into competing and they're in competition mode. So I haven't been able to go anywhere and train. But it's been really fun, like traveling to these cities. Again, next time I go to a city, especially if it's a city, like I really want to I'm going to go an extra day early and stay one day late so that I can actually
do some training.
See a city and go do some training. Or, I mean, Austin, I'll go, yes, I want to go to the mothership. Yes, I want to go see some comedy. I didn't get to do any of that. So, and a big part of the day is just hanging out with Flow and Roll. So they're there from 7 to 7 or it's 7 to 6. I shouldn't even say he's probably, I've stayed with him at the hotel. They also donated the hotel stays for me, except for Orlando. We paid. But part of it is hey, come out. I've got a hotel room, sleep on the couch, save the money, keep the money in the nonprofit so you don't have to pay for it, and come out and hang out. So they're up at 7. He's at the event at 8. And then, they're done usually maybe by 6.
That's
depending
that's a long day.
That's a long day. But I've gone, so I'll get up and work, and then they'll go to the venue. I'll get up because I still have to work. I still have to manage my, the businesses.
Meaning I'm not going to the venue at 7 a.m. I'll see y'all.
I'm getting there before 12.
Yeah.
So I'll get up. I usually get up with them, have breakfast. They go off. I sit at my computer, do my thing. And then again, I get there by 11, 12, and then I'm staying for the 6 hours. I've eaten more acai than you could ever imagine. It's always the same vendor set up at these IBJJFs. It's so freaking. I don't eat the food at these venues because it's always fries and shit. But the acai, this last one in Pans was right next to us, and it was just who's next? Who's going to buy that? They usually give it to Sean for free because they know him.
Yeah.
His kid was at the last. His little boy was there, so he was just getting free ones for them. And then I'll usually get from me, him, Sean, the workers, and if whoever's there. I literally 2 or 3 times a day, but no lunch, just acai.
Yeah,
but it's fucking.
You would have had the squirts if you had too many of them.
No.
Don't you lie on it.
Good breakfast, and then acai, and then we would usually go out to somebody would take care of a dinner. But real super fun. Been just amazing experience. Definitely, believe it or not, have an itch to compete.
Yeah.
Going to these events.
So hold on. I know,
but I can't because of my back right now. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm telling you. So I've been lucky enough to be invited to present at the Seminar Stack in August.
Okay.
Up in Pennsylvania. And in my questionnaire for getting on to be a presenter, they're like, would you be interested in competing?
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, yes, which I haven't competed since 2011.
At the event, in their event.
Yeah, like, so they're going to have a grappling tournament, a wrestling tournament. I think they're having a combat jiu-jitsu show at, like, to close the event out. Like, so I'm like, man, I haven't competed in jiu-jitsu since I was a blue belt.
Okay.
But I'm also quite old.
But you compete, I mean, you didn't compete in tournaments.
Yeah.
But
my last time competing was 2011. That's 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm an old man, dude.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Let's get out there. We'll do something fun. It'll give me an excuse to actually train.
So you told them yes, though?
I did say yes, but in the next thing, I was like, keep in mind, I'm old. This might change at any moment.
I mean, so like if I'm you, I'm like, I don't know that I necessarily want to go out there and get punched in the face.
Oh, no. They're not having fights.
Just jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu and wrestling.
Yeah.
You said jiu-jitsu and wrestling. That's the side like I would stick with the
I would probably stick with jiu-jitsu.
non-striking disciplines.
For their health, not mine.
Yeah. I would love to compete. My commitment to myself was I wanted to compete at every belt at least once. I think I did white belt once, Gi, blue belt.
Academy Safe presents the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies Open.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we've talked about stuff like that with Sean.
I'm learning about event insurance. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the guys that don't have the insurance, that do it and don't have the insurance? They just go,
roll
the dice.
There might be one of those happening this Sunday.
That's
not my event.
Yeah, that is no. I know of. I could tell you right now. I know of events that are just like not doing
too many.
But yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit about doing something. But I wanted to compete at every belt. I didn't. When I had the heart attack, and then I competed once at purple.
Sounds like
and
an
then
excuse.
I stopped. No, my cardio was really fucking jammed up. But yeah, it was like, could I have gotten in shape and done it? Yeah, just like anything I did cardio.
For.
But at the beginning, and I don't know if it was just in my head or if it was really like a symptom of, you got 4 stents in your heart now. I don't know. I never really discussed it with that part with the doctor, but once I had the heart attack, I competed once after that, and you could literally feel your whole body beating when again, I don't know if that was more in my head, and you feel like, am I about to have another heart attack? But I guess my stuff was more artery related, and I guess I didn't lose tissue, I didn't lose muscle, which is a big part of how bad has it been? How bad has your heart been clogged up, and you're not paying attention to it? And did you fuck with the muscle in your heart? And I did. I lost no muscle, which is they're like, you're good. You're. I think I've been my heart health is better than anyone my age that hasn't had a heart attack. So it took me a long time to feel like I got my cardio back. I can go at it at the gym. I still be I have to I also kind of know how to bring my heart rate down pretty quickly. Literally do Lamaze breathing. My first coach taught me how to do that. Yeah, I just go, and I can get my heart rate down pretty quickly.
Can you go ooh when you do those breaths?
No, I don't do that.
Okay, just
no, thank you. Smart ass. So I just never went back after purple. So I never got to do brown, but now I'm at black
now you got
till I die.
Black twice.
So I am absolutely thinking about it. I just got to get past this back and neck thing right now, and then I feel
I'm planning a trip back to Mexico.
Now I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to do. Oh yeah, that would be great.
I'm having all sorts of problems.
Yeah. New problems or same old problems.
Nerve damage stuff that's acting up.
Same problems that it helped you with the first time.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of compression back. I'm getting sciatic,
But it absolutely helped.
Bro, it regrew discs in my back.
Yeah, really?
Not completely, but so I had comparative MRIs. I went to the same place, and it showed what you'll get in the report: minimal to moderate disc regeneration at levels XYZ.
Okay.
Which I've had a lot of MRIs. First time I've ever seen the words regeneration in there. So I'm
my
cool.
father just did he did PRP.
Mm-hmm.
It's like using your own blood and
I've had PRP.
Is that stem cell? Is it putting stem cells back?
Okay. If you PRP is high school baseball, Regenikine is college ball, stem cells are the pros.
Okay.
Right? Basically.
Okay.
So PRP is your blood spun separated. They take the platelets, the plasma, they add some anti-inflammatories, and they inject them into the injury.
It worked for his elbow.
It's great.
And he just went back 2 days ago to get it done for his shoulder.
I've had
and
it my knee
they told him
twice.
they wouldn't do it for his doctor. Somehow told, like, I can't do it for your shoulder. Then another doctor's like, yeah, you could do it. Let me call your doctor and tell him, like, and he's like, oh yeah, we could do it. And my dad. So somebody got something wrong, but now he's going back for his shoulder. I don't know how it's gone, but he says it's he's it worked on his elbow, so he's he's really hopeful for his
it's more achy because they put in more fluid.
Yeah,
but it works well. I had it twice in my left knee. I've had it 9 times in my back. It's good.
Okay. I'm wondering if that would. I mean, I know that I need to take the Mexico trip, and I've just all these years waited for like to have a sponsor. Yeah, that could do it. And we had the guys up in Florida, but they it's U.S.
The stuff
and
in
they
the
can't,
States it's not the
they
same.
couldn't do it was like they injected just under the skin for me.
Yeah.
I get it. No, I know. Like you got to get in really deeper. So I've just been waiting for the do we get a sponsor? Does somebody want to work with us? Academy Safe or jiu-jitsu companies,
I'm luckily connected with them pretty well. Yeah. And
now you did the affiliate thing, right? So you get enough people joining that. Like
I was
you get
early
a credit.
on. Yeah. So for every 5 people, I get a trip back.
Really? So
I've sent 7. Okay. So I got 1 sitting there and waiting, but I've been focused a lot on the business. Yeah. And I haven't really had the time to step away.
So like I know that we couldn't do my lesson learned from the first time. We got hit really bad with 0 internet or social media growth. Actually, like went down a little bit. Mm-hmm. From what I realized was probably can post about it, but literally the second I can gauge it back to this. We stopped working with them, and I took their their name out of my bio. Whoop. Immediately, for 6 months, we didn't go up.
No kidding.
We were stagnant, lost a little bit. And the second I took them out, like literally next day, oh, look, why? Oh, we're going up for the first time ever. So I equated it to that because the internet, like say the internet gods don't like that industry. Mm-hmm. So, how do I get people to do it, but then sacrifice the internet growth? That's the problem. And again, even this gets hit. The podcast gets hit.
The ongoing sponsorship where you're constantly repeating them, that's the problem. Being able to do like a documentary, or make something of it. Well, maybe that doesn't get the boost, but you're still normal stuff.
So like for me, it's like it would have to be branding. Like I could wear your shirt. I can have a mug. Yeah. But I can't say the word. You can't say the words or you're going to get blocked.
You're biting off your nose to spite your face as the advertiser because people aren't going to see you.
Yeah. So like one of the things that we wind up getting hit, like we do run Google ads for the podcast. So that gets blocked when we say the wrong things.
The ads?
The ads are outbound ads.
No kidding.
They won't show the ad. It won't show the podcast.
Yeah. No.
So
no
so
bueno.
So that's the issue. So when that happens, we have a problem. So I would love to do it. I would, I know that I need it. I know that it'll happen. It's either going to happen that business gets really, really good and I have the money to do it, or I do something like that where I can get people. Yeah. Get affiliates.
I can make some introductions for you.
Yeah, do it.
I'll help you meet a guy. You know what I'm saying? Meet a guy.
Do it. I mean, I don't want to sacrifice the show to do it, but again, so we talk to plenty of people.
It's true. Now let's jump back to IBJJF and stuff. When you're looking at like what you're seeing there, like, are you finding that like the current state of jiu-jitsu in like a gi versus no gi kind of scenario, like that no gi appears to be like really taking over the scene?
I don't think so. No, I don't get that feeling at all from being out at the events or from just being in jiu-jitsu period. I think that they've, it's almost like, I don't want to say fake news, but there was this whole clash.
Fake
right?
News.
There's this whole clash, but I know, definitely like older guys love the gi because they can control the pace. I've loved like the gi
so much more since passing 35.
Why?
Personally, like my view is jiu-jitsu is my art. martial arts are my art. I can't draw, I can't paint, I can't sing. And I have more ways to express myself with more tools using the kimono.
I've heard you sing.
Okay.
Well, you're a better rapper than a singer, probably.
I'm really good at death metal, bro. But like, I can use the gi in 100 more ways that I can just no-gi. No-gi's faster. It's fun. Like, it's kind of like, it's video games versus ping pong.
Let's break it down to the why. Mm-hmm. Why did people start to say no-gi, one's better than the other?
A lot of it's like, in the streets, you're not wearing a gi.
Like, but you're wearing fucking clothes, moron.
I was a bouncer for the better part of a decade. I have strangled people in T-shirts, and guess what? You're not breaking my grip.
With their shirt.
Yeah,
right.
Dude. This collar is reinforced.
Yeah,
like a lot. This collar is not ripping.
enough of the fabric,
bro. I've strangled dudes with this much, just a thumb. Yeah, and the shirt doesn't move. It goes right with it. Yeah, bam. Yeah. Every time. It is beautiful.
That whole argument is completely out the window. Now, you can't do this move in the gi. Okay, then that's a little bit more of a you're not going
street fight.
No.
Sport rules.
Yeah, that's true. So first of all, you'd have to say, all right, number one, the clothing. If you're up in New York, you might be in a sweater or a heavy jacket in the winter, right? All things that I can use. That's the street, right? So the clothing thing or the gi versus no. In no-gi, I can't grab anything. How is that like the street? Yeah. So that argument, completely dead. That's a non-starter, right?
I taught a bunch of military guys. We rolled in APCs. Guess what's just like a G?
What's the APC?
That's their uniform.
Okay.
Like, what even worse, they have zippers. So you can strangle them with zippers. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. So then the argument that, in the gi, you're not doing like a lot of leg stuff. Okay. A little bit more valid, but I mean, you're
okay.
All right. So,
I still do plenty of it.
Yeah. But that side with heel hooks and reaping and things like that. Right. So that's okay. I can understand that side. That's a more valid argument. But I don't think that, yes, more people are doing no-gi. As a matter of fact, it's funny because in just the month that I've been out, our no-gi program, they've really been pushing it on like Tuesdays and Fridays. Mm-hmm. So it's like, wow, the class went from like 7-8 people to like there's 15, 20 people in the class. So like we're all like applauding it, like, yeah, let's keep on getting this going. But the gi classes aren't any less full. Yeah.
It blows my mind when people are like, I only do this. Bro, do you like grappling? You can do more grappling.
I want to do, I just want to do it in anything. Now, my thing is the amount of times that I train was almost always like, I want to train on a Monday, I want to work out on a Tuesday, and I want to go back into the gym on a Wednesday. And it just so happened that was a schedule. In my old school, when I was going, 3 to 5 days a week, and I was doing that much training, sometimes 6, 7, because they were open really 7 days a week. We had open mats on the weekend.
6, 7.
Everybody does that. So I was, I trained a ton, and I didn't take a lot of days off, and I did a lot more no-gi. The problem was the coach didn't have a great leg game because he was a gi guy and didn't teach us anything more than we were really learning in the gi. Yeah. We didn't really learn heel hooks. We didn't learn anything fancy. He had a bad back, so we really learned, I did a lot of lockdown, was like
Lockdown's money, though.
Lockdown's great. Lockdown, you can slow down, you can slow the pace down. Lockdown has great sweeps and submissions. So I love that game. His game became my game. But because I also had a bad back, it was without knowing it in the moments, I was able. His game was a good game for me as well.
Here's a thought that I've had recently. Do you think that it's easier to program for no-gi than for gi?
Program, what is that? Program,
run a curriculum, define create your product as a school owner, business owner, coach, because there's so much less versatility that it's easier to program for, and thusly getting arguably less experienced people as leaders.
I think, man, you're talking almost like, I almost want to say you want to say the word ecological in there somewhere without saying it. No. But because I think that ecological approach of playing games and being I'm not going to teach you the very specific and where you need to put your foot in your hand and be as technical with it. I'm going to let you kind of figure it out yourself playing this game, what works for you. Kind of what I was saying before when I was doing that. I was trying to figure it out for myself when I hurt my back. I was trying to figure out what works for me. I've always known from my first school, I had a 400-pound training partner. Good Lord. We were a small school. Sometimes it was the coach and me and him. And those classes were great because we would do it was 2-hour class, basics and then advanced. People could come, right? You can come at the beginning of either class. Yeah. Most people came and did the 2 hours. But when we were small, it was the three of us. My coach was 265. I was like 220. This guy's 400 pounds. He couldn't do a triangle. He would do, I mean, I knew just get him on his back and that's it. I would be able to dominate, right? But we would work on a move, on a sweep, and we would work with him. No one was in back. I loved doing it because I'm still doing jiu-jitsu, learning how to teach as well in the moment. That didn't click till later. I'm learning how to work with somebody who can't do it the traditional way. So figuring it out, like almost like playing chess, like putting the chess piece and then go, wait, move that back. And we would work with him and figure it out and be like, oh shit, that's how we do it for you. Okay, so now let's practice that, right? So I had a ton of fun doing that. Yeah. But we did that in gi and no gi, right? It wasn't like one was better than the other. You know, I don't know. I don't see what other people are seeing. I think the people that are yapping about it, you know, from the ecological and no gi is better than gi and joke about being in the pajamas, that's all fine and dandy. Yeah. Great. You know what? If you're an MMA gym and
me,
Drew,
I'm an MMA gym.
My boy Drew, A&M, right? I literally showed up at an open mat. Me and Miguel, I think I was with Miguel. We showed up in our gis on a Saturday open mat, and everybody was looking at us and we're like,
"Who are these nerds?"
But I had been to his open mats before where it was no gi, and then it was kind of like you can come as you are. But then that time it was no gi.
Dude,
he touts himself as being like because I tout our school as being the gi, the stacked gi open mat on a Sunday, and he's like, yeah, and we're the I know that, and we're the no gi place to go. And I actually tell, like, especially young killers, like the young guys who could like use a little bit, like they want to be in a room where they're not the best guy in the room, where right now they might be the best. Like go to A&M, or honestly, come to my school on a Sunday. There are some like coaches and owners of other schools that come there. They're like, my coaches are really, really friendly with all the schools in the area. So it's been a great place for the open mat and people to come in.
It's a little unnerving as a coach or a black belt.
Hold on 1 second. I'm is this automatically cutting back and forth between anything? Okay, I was like, Bo's gonna kill me. All right, cool. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sick setup. But like, as a black belt who travels around relatively frequently, stopping into gyms can be a little nerve wracking. Because maybe not so much for you as a hobbyist.
No. It always feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, super uncomfortable. Because
I got a story about it. I'll tell you when
25 years into like how I was taught how to do things and how I do things, and then I show up and I'm like, is how I do things the right way to do things here, or am I going to like cause beef? Because also as a big guy, like my normal level of pressure. I hear this when people visit my gym. The normal level of a pressure applied in my gym, like shoulder pressure, like etc., is more. It doesn't seem like
American
much to me.
Top team guys are known for pressure because that was Laborio's game, right?
Yeah.
Am I
Carlson.
wrong? Right?
It's old school Carlson.
Yeah.
If it hurts, you will do what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Period. So like in my room, that level of pressure.
What is your shirt?
Pain equals compliance.
Pain equals compliance. Yep.
Hell
I almost wore that shirt today.
Great shirt.
By the way.
Shirt. Not great when you're trying to sell a membership to a parent, but great shirt.
Be careful what you wear.
Yeah. But so like
you guys are known American Top Team, especially like in the geek community.
Carlson lineage is known as being a crusher.
And then again, you guys, what I was going to say before was like the MMA side. If you have an MMA component, you're going to have more guys if they're coming in because they want to get in the cage, amateur or pros. You just wind up with a bigger no-gi base.
Like I had that realization a couple weeks ago. I was like, man, my gi class is only like 10, but my no-gi class is like 30.
As an academy owner, you work hard to build trust with your students, their parents, and your community. But trust isn't something you claim, it's something you prove and earn. That's where Academy Safe comes in. We help academies like yours stand out with verified safety standards. Background checks for all staff, U.S. Center for Safe Sport certification, concussion training, defibrillators on site, CPR, first aid and AED certification, security cameras, rank and lineage checks, and verification of business insurance. Join the trusted martial arts registry that's redefining safety throughout North America. Lead by example. Show parents you're accredited with Academy Safe.
Special thank you to the crew over at Flow and Roll for all their support. Flow and Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow and Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram at flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and remember, you'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
Is your business getting lost online? Black Belt Digital Marketing is a full-service digital marketing agency that helps you get found, get leads, and grow. We specialize in local and website SEO, so your business stands out when customers search. Our website SEO makes sure your site loads fast, ranks high, and stays ahead of AI-driven search, so customers find you first. More visibility, more clicks. More customers right when they're ready to buy. Grow your business online with Black Belt Digital Marketing. Visit bbdigitalmarketing.com or call 9542-204932 today.
But I would make those. I would make sure you're inviting those guys. I'm sure you do. Like, hey guys, listen, we want to get more people in the game.
Surprising amount of first responders.
Yeah,
which I didn't realize. Like, almost in the 30s.
Yeah,
you know, like
doing gi or no gi. Doing
mostly no gi. A lot of the but also a lot of them are cops, and they're like, I can go on Monday and Wednesday, and that's what no gi.
See, that's what I was saying about myself, right? It was just like the schedule determined that I was going to do more no-gi because I'm coming in off of the weekend. If I didn't train, I want to get in on Monday. Monday's the biggest stat class in my place.
Oh, and dude, my Mondays are crazy.
Like Fridays, I'm here, and then I'm like, it's a tiring day. Get back home. I don't want to do jiu-jitsu at night. That's the no-gi at my place. But go on. I'm glad to hear you got the first responders. We've been, you've talked about it here and like, hey, trying to get into the police departments and stuff.
Like the ones it's not.
Seminar Stack is going to be good for you.
I hope so. My hope is Seminar Stack. Like, I was like, hey, how many things do you want me to do? And they're like, oh, we got one slot. I'm like, I can do like 9 things.
I was going to say, you got to let them know that you're a 10-job kind of guy.
I sadly took my sweet ass time filling out my form.
Okay.
So by that, she's like, I reserved a slot. Otherwise, it would be full because you've taken your sweet
They've got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. Rob's working with them. They're doing this. I'm hoping that I can get to this event. I will literally be prepared to be at this event. And then if my daughter's like, I just went into labor, I'm going to be like, well, I'll be there. And then I could just change my ticket and fly to Virginia.
3-hour drive.
I could just fly to DC.
Yeah.
Like I would probably just fly to DC.
100%.
We're probably not going to Abu Dhabi when we said we were going to Abu Dhabi for Academy Safe because of the war. Mm-hmm. So that's already, they're like, we're probably not going. So anyway, but go on. Well, that's a whole nother conversation.
So
doing a seminar, first responders, Seminar Stack. Yeah.
So my main goal for going is like, how can I network this? Because I'm good at networking once I've met you, but I'm very bad at introductions because I'm like, I'm a little weird and I don't want to ruin this, so I don't.
But you wind up finding out that everybody's a little weird, and everybody's feeling exactly like you are. So
I was bullshitting with Kate, and I was like, "Didn't you guys want hand wrapping stuff?" She's like, "Not a seminar. Can we put you on the main stage for a half hour?" And I'm like, "Are you shitting me? The main? Hell yeah!"
By the way, a great way is whatever you like. Wear. Like, I don't know, you'd probably want to be in one of your t-shirts, right? Mm-hmm. That's like the natural thing. But if you could be, when you're at an event in general, like wearing a polo, just have your name embroidered, Coach Ben, right? So that it makes it easier for people to see it. Yeah. And then also, how do you shake hands, right? You shake hands like this. So even though most people put it on this side, you put the name or wear a name tag on the right. Because then because what happens when I go like this? You're like, hey, what does your name say? Because
it presents on the right.
Yeah, guys, right? We'd be like this and we'd shake hands and it goes away.
He keeps touching.
So on the right side, right, you do it so that you're presenting the name. So even if you just literally put a name tag, if you either had a plastic tag or literally, even if you're the only one walking around with a tag, like you make it easier for people to be like, hey, you're Ben from that, right?
Yeah.
Coach Ben, like you obviously, right? You'd put Coach Ben. That would be smart. But like to have it embroidered on the stuff or just printed on the front, have your own fight tape shirt. Like I'm looking at your fight tape shirt. Like, so have that. Yeah. Put that graphic on the back. And then on the front of your stuff, just put the graphic. You can have it printed in however you're printing. I know you use one of the same printers. You know, you could just write, like it lets you, there's a text part to just add text to whatever design you have. You know, you can do that.
On Printable?
Yeah, look, I'll show you.
So I know if I'm doing a polo, I can embroider. I did one for the gym. I just have an ATT logo on my chest.
I did this before the event. And I should have added the Academy Safe.
Oh, yeah.
So Academy Safe?
Yeah.
And then you could just.
Can I get one of those in black? I never wear my gray one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you a new one.
Cool.
XL? XL
black.
still? Okay.
Yeah. Always
Can I put can I do that on the back?
You can put whatever you want on the back.
Okay. What did I give you? A gray one?
Gray.
Oh, I was just like mixing it up. Like, I send the black one to that last guy. Let me send the gray one.
I can't do light colors because I'm so pale. It bleaches my face out.
That's why I'm always I'm usually in black because it's slimming. But by the way,
I'm in black because I'm fucking metal.
So we're gonna get back to what you're saying about Semenosec. I gained like 10 fucking pounds.
I can see.
No, that's not true. Yeah, I gained about 10 pounds. Yeah, did you? Yeah,
No.
I think you can. I gained about 10 pounds. I'm walking around at 240 right now. And partially because I'm just eating more and not doing the jiu-jitsu, which is my cardio.
Still juicing, bro?
And then the working out. I have not stopped working out. I've just been able to do the stuff that I can do, which is I can do most of my normal workout without fucking with my back. But I've just been in the gym constantly.
Yeah. And but when you really think about it, like who is funding the sport of jiu-jitsu right now? It's guys yours and my age.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's why we're seeing
of them. I say,
of course, there's the best competitors in the world. There's 20 of them, and if you're lucky, there's 20 at each weight class. And realistically, that's not the case. So where's the money coming from in jiu-jitsu at this point? And it's got to be you and me,
the hobbyists.
Yeah. Like I'm a parent with a child in jiu-jitsu and a wife that dabbles. Like
I preached that for the longest time. Like so. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about that for a really long time.
How does the sport cater to like our demographic, but still highlight? Obviously, you know, the young athlete is the hot topic. Right?
Okay,
they're the ones that are the shining light. They're the flash. They're gonna go, oh, what's that? But we're the ones that are making it possible.
I'm gonna answer your question with a question because I think about this a lot. If I ever opened up a gym, I don't necessarily want to be bothered with, like, at my age opening a gym, I'd have to have a very young person that would run a kids program, have that energy, right? I would never open a gym and be the only coach. I would open a gym or invest in a gym, but it has to be part of helping somebody build their dream.
Yeah.
And be in the background, helping with the marketing, helping with money maybe, right? And get them to build it. But the foundation these days, the foundation of a good martial arts academy, period, it starts with the kids program.
100%.
My old school was great with this. Fuck, dirtbag or not, he would get it's advertised about, only advertised for the kids. While the parent's waiting, right? You're talking to the parent, invite them to the adults class, and that's how you fill the adults class. Most of my class, almost, I would have to say 90% of the classes that I was at, it was the parents of the kids who came up in the program and are like black belts now and things like that.
I need to get more dads that want to try, or moms for that.
So could you, if I was ever to open up a school that I ran, I would just do an over 40 school. I would be like, I just want over 40. It wouldn't be this huge like money making thing.
It would be a
how many
niche.
Yeah. Now, there are 7 schools within a 2-mile radius of my coach just said this to me. He was in Pans. He said there's 7 schools within 2 miles of us. Well, maybe even he said a mile. That's how they literally wrote an article about Coral Springs and like the explosion. And there's enough for everybody still, right? But because there's so much, right? A lot of those guys are in their late 30s and 40s and are like, man, I'm going up against this 19-year-old kid who wants to kill me. I got to get up for work in the morning. So like to be in a group of like you can have even more competitive and stuff. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so is there a viable market for just an over 40? So a gym that catered to the older people, no kids, no teens. Yes. We're a school so that we like a bunch of older guys that want to do this.
Over 40, but over 30 for sure. Like
I got to kind of, 30's too close to the 20s, like 35.
Cool. Masters plus.
Yeah.
Masters
with the
plus.
overall sense of like, listen, if you're coming here, you're rolling differently. We're not rolling to kill. We're rolling to have fun, the camaraderie, the exercise.
If you're only doing that, it also gives you a lot of versatility in your schedule because you can be like, these are drilling only classes. These are drill and roll classes. These are ecological classes. Then we have fitness classes, and you can be very adjusted with.
Do you think? And you own a school. If you just turned your school, if you got rid of all of your kids, I mean, you'd have to market
40 plus. Not enough. Not a chance.
Not enough people right now. Yeah. But if that was your only marketing and you were getting those guys in,
so one, I think you would have a very high turnover rate.
Okay.
Because older people tend to get injured a little more. They don't have the time to take proper care of their bodies and this and that. Where at the same time, they have more money typically to afford PT and therapy and get help. But also life. Think about like you as a dad, especially as a dad, you've got hobbies and then things get a little rough. Whose hobbies go first? Yours or the kids? Yours. So because of that, I think you're going to have a way shorter shelf life. But the people that stick with you will stick with you more long-term because they have the ability to really commit to something, financially and time-wise.
In my mind, I say there's going to come a point where I would have enough money. Like if it paid for itself, if I could open up a place that paid for itself and it was just for older guys, that's all I want. I want a place like for my own clubhouse kind of and not worry about like the whole business, like it's got to grow and I've got to open other locations and I want a franchise.
Check out my idea.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You get about 1,500 square feet. Now, no, for the kind of gym you're talking about, it's going to be a small gym.
Sure.
You are not going to need thousands of square feet. 1,200, 1,500. Keep it set. Because realistically, it's going to be hard to find 240 plus guys that want to do this. Right? But my idea was a little more 10th planet.
Okay.
So 1,500 square feet. The front is a 500 square foot head and glass shop. Okay? And the back 1,000 is a membership only, non-denominational school.
Okay.
Right? Even not even necessarily.
So you're training someplace else, but then you can also come here?
You have a head shop, you have a code for members, and it is a matted room, well lit, smoke suckers in the ceiling, a decent stereo system. And that's it.
But then that's just like pothead jiu-jitsu.
It's just a training room with no particular like affiliation. So you're a black belt and you're coming in on Tuesday and there's 8 people at 6 o'clock and they're like, you're a black belt, you want to show something?
Yeah, you lost me at the head shop part of it because then it's just a stoner. So like I'm not much of a partaker these days.
Sorry, nerd.
I might do like edibles to sleep. Maybe like I take a little bite. Like I literally
10 milligram
take
Tommy
little bites of a. I've told you what I've done.
Of course,
I could take one little bar and turn it into 8 nights of great sleep.
What a wuss.
Yeah. So I mean, talk to me when I was in my 20s. A fucking different story. But I'm just not like a wake and baker. I'm not. No. I can't. I'm not a functioning.
I honestly think having a place where you can meet up with your buddies that are not in your same team and train. But immediately when you enter the head shop part, it's
that's
like more for the humor of it.
Yeah.
Kind of keep it like a speakeasy.
Well,
keep it a secret. If it
was, if like I don't even know what the laws are now, but if it was like fully legal, then then it would be easy to do that because then there's a place for it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I look, like you kind of said, like combining it with something else, like the guys did with the coffee shop. Mm-hmm. Like who is that? Rob D'Onofrio. Did the coffee shop on one side and the jiu-jitsu on the other side.
Looks dope.
I think that's incredibly smart.
Delray Boxing did it with a full liquor bar. So like behind the liquor bar is the ring. So you can watch the dudes spar if you're a day drinker, but they would also like show fights and host shows at that gym. It was a cool idea.
I think again for if you're building a full kids program as well, you start putting
Delray Boxing is not doing it. I'm just saying, but
that's boxing. That's
fantastic
boxing.
idea.
If you're doing, I think that they are 2 separate businesses,
without a doubt.
So you can literally have the jiu-jitsu open without the coffee shop, the coffee without the jiu-jitsu, and it just worked for him. And I think he mentioned however many hundreds of students he had, like 500 students, and I think that might have been between a couple of different locations, which is great.
Yeah, that's the Gracie Tampa crew.
Yeah, so I think. Having something, another hook is great. Something where because I'm always preaching now, like, don't leave your kids alone.
Yeah.
So like jiu-jitsu's on one side and you can go have a coffee, literally sit in a quote unquote Starbucks, while your kid's doing, so you're not leaving them alone, but you can go and do your thing, which I can have a coffee, I can do some work, I can get a sandwich. Right. So
having seating space.
I think that's smart. I'm waiting. Oh, let me tell you like this. I had a long conversation with Flow and Roll, Sean from Flow and Roll, about could we do this? There are definitely small jiu-jitsu academies out there, martial arts academies, period, that just don't have the money to do the marketing or the understanding the money. Could we partner? I don't want to say take
as
a commission.
Digital marketing?
As Black Belt Digital Marketing, partner with these people. Could I have Flow and Roll involved? And could we be like, hey,
we have this package.
Here's your gear. Here's this. We're not looking to take anything away. We want to give you spectacular deals. Or, would you partner? Could I partner? Then again, partner, ownership, then you're investing money without getting anything back.
What do you want from the small gym?
I'm just saying, I want to help. I really legitimately want to help that small guy.
But are we saying
get his product off the ground, get his gym off the ground?
Like
how to?
Like, don't put me on the paper.
Me.
Don't put me on the paperwork. But through our agreement, I will get 5% of profits. But I will also run all of your marketing on a high end level. I will get your leads in, feed them to you,
the door,
and you'll get a special wholesale discount on gear through Flow and Roll.
We didn't. We were like, we were trying to figure out how we do that as completely as a way to help gyms. Literally, it was less about us making money and more like, how could we help gyms? Yes, benefit. Kind of like what Sean does with the pre-order program. He doesn't make,
I would look
he doesn't make any more or less by doing that, but he helps them by getting them through the door.
As a startup scaling product. You're a small gym, you're just starting out, you don't know how to properly market yourself. We can market for you, we can teach you how to market, and we can help you get your gear designed, delivered, and keep everything at a high quality.
And then at what point do you get, like, you back out? Okay, you've built your business, we back out, you're taking it, like, I don't want to take over somebody's business, and I don't want somebody to feel like we're taking over
realistically,
their business,
a lot of people would be
just
more than happy to give you a percentage of their profit if you can fill their room.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, if I give you 5% of what I make, you can get me to a level where I'm making a lot. Yes, and I'll continue giving you that 5% because I will continue growing. The problem would happen when people aren't coming in. Like, I was at a Maya convention like 2 weeks ago, and I was standing outside talking with some folks, and they were talking about what marketing companies they had used. I've only ever used Chris, right? And the first 2 years were fantastic. And then I just found this out this weekend. Facebook got sued for how Meta arranged their advertising. And that's why from month 1 to month 2, it went from 100 to 0.
Really?
Yeah, like I went from 56
You got
leads.
caught in that transition?
It was in August with 56 leads to a September with 8.
Okay.
Not appointments, leads.
Has that turned around?
It's starting working its way back up. But when that happened, every marketing company took a dump. Everyone. I'm listening to these guys talk about 10, 12 different marketing companies by name and how horrible it has been.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to deliver on it, because a lot of people aren't willing to drop those $1,200, $2,500 a month on no return.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Yeah. And they're heavy on the social media ads there, right? Or do they also do Google ads for you? Or do you get to choose? Do they choose for you?
With GrowPro, my people have primarily focused on Meta. I really want to get into Google. It's silly to not go, people looking for exactly what I do. Well, I should make myself easier to find.
I call, and I've had this conversation with Chris, so I'm not like disputing her process. We've both said this the same way publicly. It's right. Google is targeted.
Yeah.
Meta is canvassing.
Yeah.
I say Google is fishing with a hook. Here's the hook with the bait on it. This is, I like worms. I want jiu-jitsu. That's what's on the hook. Mm-hmm. And on the other side, it's probably you're going to get the mom. Like, again, my old school
discipline.
Yeah. My old school only did social media ads targeting women, targeting the moms. Like you can target that deep. When for us, we're like for my that works, right? So it's you're canvassing, you're throwing a wider net. A mom coming across that going, like you just said, like, oh yeah, little Billy, he's getting bullied at school. Maybe this is a good thing for him, right? So that people have to understand the difference. So you're going to get a higher intent individual from Google.
Yeah.
Now for me, even though we're named Black Belt Digital Marketing, we do most of our marketing. Most of our clients are referrals, and they're not from the martial arts, but they're not the martial arts world. We're getting doctors, dentists, electricians, plumbers, service-based industries who can turn on what we call local service ads, which is paid phone calls from Google. Mm-hmm. So that's where we primarily work. We have academies. Mm-hmm. I discount my program more than 50% for martial arts academies because it's a slower burn to do what we do for them, and the phone calls aren't available for right. If we have to bring it low enough so that we can let them take that difference and potentially run it as Google ads. I like smart campaigns because they're banner ads. Again, a little bit different. It's like you're targeting people who have searched for jiu-jitsu. Same thing. You could do this with Facebook ads, but right, you're also going to canvas for the mom. So we do banner ads. It's part of their banner ad, the Google's banner ad system. So like you might see the thumbnail for a jiu-jitsu academy in the feed on YouTube, right? They do it on YouTube. The little ads that you get in your email, if you don't have a paid email system with Gmail, you just have their free. It would say like I have my personal open that I don't, so it'll be under like promotions, and you're getting a little ad in your email that we're hitting that email box too with that. So that person would have had to like jiu-jitsu near me. Boom, they're probably going to get an email later that day with the Google little banner.
Really?
Yeah, just like your promotion section, like, right? This is the promotion section of my email. Oh, some of these are just, I'm getting targeted because of something else I did, right? So, yeah. So it's different.
Yeah.
It's a different methodology. You've done something, now I'm going to see your ad.
So you searching for jiu-jitsu
versus
put you on one of like some kind of advertising mailing list?
Yeah, Google knows what you search for, so it's going to target.
They're selling their target.
It's called retargeting.
Yeah.
Retargeting and remarketing. Google calls it retargeting. Facebook calls it remarketing. Mm-hmm. Same shit.
Yeah.
You search for something, it's the whole like...
It's going to pop up.
And like these days, right, we think about, I say 1-800-mattresses, and all of a sudden I'm going to see every freaking mattress company come up now on my phone today, right? That's the target, right? It's like it knows you're looking for this.
Invisible holster.
I told somebody this story the other day. I was watching a comedian on Rogan. He's a funny comedian. Never searched him. Never watched one of his specials ever in my life. I'm on my TV. The default when I turn on my television, because I'm watching it through the YouTube app. My default is the Samsung TV, right? So that window comes up, and I look down. And there were 2 specials from that guy on 2 different channels.
Do you remember his name?
I've never. He's a comedian. He's like one of Rogan's close friends from when they literally like started at the same place. I can't remember his name. Wears glasses.
Yeah.
Finn. What?
Greg Fitzsimmons.
Fitzsimmons.
Yeah.
Never searched him. Don't think I've ever watched any of.
Yeah.
Boom. There's Greg Fitzsimmons because he was just on the other day. So you remember? Right? Boom.
Oh,
he's in my. That's who it was. Greg Fitzsimmons is now. I see 2 of his specials on 2 different channels. I think like one of them was on Prime and one was something else. And I'm like, I've never searched for him. Why is that coming up? Because it just heard me, or it knows I just watched it. So that's the way. That's the way everything. Whether it was my phone or the TV going, oh, you just watched a whole Fitzsimmons thing on YouTube. Well, here's some more Greg Fitzsimmons, right? Guy's funny. I just don't think I've ever searched him or watched the show.
Yeah.
But I see a comedian and I watch it on Rogan. So just think of that with everything that we do, right? If you search it, you're going to get targeted.
True.
Right? Or because it knows what you follow, right? Where we see it on Instagram and Facebook. So it's just a style. So most of the time we turn on smart campaigns, AI driven, a little bit easier to manage, and I send the traffic to their Google business profile most of the time. So you can choose where to send it. I can send it to your website, your homepage, a page on your site, a sign up form, or your Google business profile.
We should
I
talk
do
about
it there
this later. Because I need to know these things and like write it down.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, there's tons of people out there that, I think that we have people that are going to open gyms in the future, and right. There's just different ways to do it.
Black belt digital marketing.
Man, I don't even know. To be honest, though, I don't even know what this is going to look like in a few months. And
I'm going to tell you.
I know we're going to be here, but it's going to completely change how we do it.
I'm going to go back to postcarding. Go old school.
Absolutely.
The internet's been way too inconsistent.
Always do it 3 times to the same addresses. Like people will go, I'm going to send it to this zip code and then this zip code.
Like month to month, not day to day.
I say every 45 days, send another one to the same addresses. So like do it 3 times if you want that address to be successful for you or that grouping to be successful. First one goes in the garbage. Second one makes it into a drawer on the fridge or the refrigerator. And then the third one, they take action.
What do you know
That is usually the methodology.
What do you know about billboard marketing? There's a billboard a mile from me that's facing the direction of my gym, and I'm like, oh, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's across from a Publix.
Yes.
It's like 70,000 drive-bys a day.
Yes. And they're a lot less expensive than you think.
They are identical to what I spend right now.
I mean, the thing is, a classic mistake is, well, let me take this money and try something different.
Yeah.
It's no, build on what you have.
Of course.
When you have money to add that, think about it. Somebody sees that, then go home and searches, and then sees your targeted ad.
Yeah. That's the goal.
Versus you have no ads online. They see that banner. They're like, what was his name? Oh, let me just search jiu-jitsu near me. Right now, you're not. Maybe your GBB comes up, but your ad doesn't coming up.
Yeah.
You want to make sure your ad is coming up. They see you on social. They see that, right? So you got
for sure.
You add to that classic mistake. I have that happen all the time. Hey, can we shift some of this money over into this thing? And I'm like, well, we're stopping what we built here.
Secondary.
Yeah, you gotta you build on. Don't add or take away. You started to change the subject. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to get into like how people are still bitching about, is it self-defense? Is it sports? Is it bullshit in terms of grappling and jiu-jitsu?
So what do you, we've talked in the past about like the 4, people say there's 3 different, or there's 2 different types of jiu-jitsu. Most people think the sport and then the self-defense.
Yeah.
I think that, what did we go to 3 or even 4? So I think there is the sport, there's the self-defense, and then I'm including, there's this whole new world for law enforcement, which is grappling to get where? To cuffing. It's the same jiu-jitsu, but with a different, focus, you're not looking for the submission, you're looking to cuff and
weapon retention and restriction.
And I don't know, I feel like I might have said there was a 4th one, but I believe there's at least those 3. I can't remember what the 4th
one would be like the wushu guys are doing backflip, switch kick.
Or we can even
there's
say
definitely
like
a showmanship aspect to jiu-jitsu.
we could maybe say like it's the, even with jiu-jitsu, then there's the MMA component. Then there's like, okay, there's sport and there's there's sport, there's self-defense. Are we including MMA in that sport side? Because there's like jiu-jitsu, there's MMA where it includes everything. Yes. But for jiu-jitsu, there are those, at least jiu-jitsu, there are those 3 types. And I think I am very intrigued, and I actually want to do more of it. I'd love to do more, like go to the seminars, the law enforcement seminars. I've been to one, and obviously we've had a ton of people on. I love that. Oh, this is how I could not submit, but grapple to the cuffing position.
I would love to do like one of Jay Wadsworth's programs. I mean, maybe not all 40 hours in 4 days or anything.
I know it'd be an amazing fucking thing to get certified in, and then you're offering the program.
Listen, I don't have enough time in my day.
I was just going to say, you have to find somebody in your organization to do it and be like, go get this. I'll pay for it though.
Yeah.
You go do it and then bring it back.
I would love to. I have a bunch of defensive tactics officers in my programs and stuff. And I'm like, you should be doing this anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even like I have a defensive tactics, a purple belt who does the defensive tactics at the Broward, the college at the where
academy.
They teach, the academy. I'm always searching for words. He's literally there. My old gym, there's a guy that trains at my old gym that's in the academy, and we met at the barbershop because I get my hair cut by an old teammate. And he's like, hey, yeah, he trains with me. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? And he's like, oh, I'm in the academy. I'm like, oh shit, do you know Anthony? He's like, oh my God, he's my defensive tactics coach.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, listen, I told him when you're done, when you get out of the academy, I believe he's going to his department. I think it's Margate. I'm like, hey, come on. When you get through the academy, come on with him. You guys come on and, teacher student, come on and we'll chat. And I don't want to, I don't love the school that he goes to, but but he was a good kid.
Sometimes the child is punished for the sins of the father.
Yeah. Happens all the time.
Which brings us to, how do these relate to ethical gym culture or to gym culture in general? If you're going to a self-defense school versus going to a competition-based school versus going to a family school, you're going to get completely different things in just your general day-to-day and how they carry themselves. Like when we look at like the self-defense school, I think way more of like a traditional martial arts gym, a karate school, a taekwondo school, even if it's jiu-jitsu school. But I almost expect to go in, well-lit, shopping center, heavy sales, off the jump, pay for tests, pay for levels, you went through your second test. Now you got to buy your blue gi. This is going to like all that. I
don't love that part of, I don't love that part of the business. Mm-hmm. Like the trying to figure out how to charge for everything. I don't. So I know against what like I know Maya tells, like I don't love the contract side of things. I don't do contracts with either of our business or the podcast. Excuse me, the marketing company or Academy Safe. I mean, you're signing up. You want to go. You want to go. What do you
like personally, I have a 1 payment cycle notice. If you pay June 1st, you need to leave, move, whatever. Tell us May 1st. No problem.
Yeah.
I know a lot of places do not do that. Which
is like, are you really going to start sending people to collections? You can be the collector, or you can send people to collections.
I had a guy in my gym. He quit his old gym 8 months prior. He was with me for 8 months, and then started getting billed by his previous gym. And he called him and goes, "Hey, I expired 8 months ago. I did not renew. Why am I getting billed? Like, you have an active account." And he goes, "I don't. I left." And they're like, "Well, if you want to cancel the account, it'll be 50% of the remaining money." And he's like, "I didn't start the account."
But they don't get to just say that and make it happen. But
so
people
many
think
people
that.
just go, "Oh shit," and then they go, "Oh, fine."
Yeah. I think that that's bad business. Now, like, let's go back into.
But that is the stereotype of the traditional martial arts school.
I get that. I don't love that. I don't do it. So let me go back. It's obviously not jiu-jitsu, but I handled the cancellations at the marketing company I worked for before I opened Black Belt. Now I had my own marketing company for about 8 years, went to work for somebody for 6, and then went out on my own. And now it's been November, will be 5 years, I believe, that we've been open under Black Belt. I took every reason that people canceled, and that's how I developed my programs. I said, people hate contracts. People hate like they cancel 30 days before, or I cancel the day before I'm going to get charged. And you're like, no, you're still going to get charged. And then we're going to then give us some advance notice. Like it would be like, give us 30 days notice, that whole thing. Yeah. We didn't post enough. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. I worked all of those things into my program, and we have, knock on wood, have a really high retention rate because I've already eliminated all of those problems. You can cancel anytime. As long as I haven't charged you, you can cancel the day before. I might even have renewed some of your softwares already for the month, because even like the softwares renew monthly. Really? And I'll let them, I'll say, I take the hit and I let it go. Because I think we have a lot of people that if they've canceled, they come back. We're leaving the door open for them to come back. When you start chasing somebody like that guy moved. Who's to say he doesn't move back? Yeah. So you've just created bad blood. That guy that you're waiting to get the 50% of whatever balance is due moves back 3 years later and would have been with you 2 years, but you just don't know. You don't know. Yeah. Well, he's never coming back if you pull that. Yeah. I also think I've been part of the get rich quick. I've seen like those, and I'm just like, I'm willing to put in the time and the investment and let something build. I'm not like starving for money. I'm not that 20-year-old kid, 25-year-old kid. Like I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 30. I want to build, it's why me and Sean get along from Flow and Roll get along so well is because there have been so many parallels in how our businesses have built right down to how much we made per year. And, we focused on building relationships. He builds relationships with the schools, with the kids, with, people like me who he sponsors, the podcast. And I've had bigger companies come to us and say, we want to sponsor. And I've said, I have Sean, I have Flow and Roll. He's been with us 7 years versus you're going to be with me for a year and then you're going to move on to somebody else. It's just going to happen. I've seen that happen with the bigger companies.
That's what the business is.
We had Manscaped and it was just like, you have to have 8 sales a month and you have to do this and that. We dipped to 7 sales. They're like, okay, see you guys. they were giving us money, then they wouldn't give us money. And then it's just like, look, we're a small podcast. We want to be associated with you. But like, if you didn't have certain masters, they drop you at the on a dime. So not Sean, we do marketing. We help him out with some of his marketing. He has us out at these events. He's paying for hotels. Like the cumulative effect of that relationship has been better than dealing with one big company. That's like I'm not going to mention names out of respect for him, but if you look on the Academy Safe website, we have 3 apparel companies. And one of them has been around longer and is way bigger than him. I don't know if you see it, I'll mention it after the show. They were like, we don't want anything from you. We know you have another relationship. We just want to support Academy Safe. Awesome. When I want to touch anything that you have going on, they're emailing about us. I could say it actually. It's Hyperfly. Hyperfly is emailing about us once per quarter because it's as it relates to Academy Safe. They're posting about us or emailing to their database once per quarter. I put their logo on the website. They go, we want nothing else. Awesome. I'm like, well, I go, I already have these relationships with 2 other companies, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, okay. We don't want anything from you. It's a female founded and run company. And she's just like, yeah, I want to, what you guys are doing is amazing. We just want to support. How can we support you? And they wanted nothing from us. It actually changed the way we're doing relationships going forward. But like, that's a great example of like relationship building. Okay. They want nothing from you. You just want to help build somebody's support. And like in BNI, we call it giver's gain. You throw into the pot, everybody eats, everybody grows. I may give you tons of referrals, but I don't give this guy a ton of referrals, but you give him a ton of, I give you referrals, then your referrals go to, we all eat. I don't have to give him anything and he's not upset about it. We're all supporting each other.
We called it the revolving 20. You're going to come to my bar. You're going to tip me 20. I'm going to go to your bar. You're going to tip me. It's the same.
Like in the biz guys, right? Yeah. It's like you just take care of each other because you're going to.
So as this would relate to like building a culture in a gym, no matter what type of facility you're running, whether you're based for competitors, you're based for self-defense, or you're based for the family, like what would you think are some like 100% pillars? Like, okay, I own a gym. Most of my assistant coaches are 19, 20, 21. The first rule, no fucking students. Yeah. Period.
I think, I've spoken to, we've had him on the show, is Joshua Fry from the Grounds MMA up in, is that Bonita Springs? I believe that's Bonita Springs.
Yeah,
around that
Fort Myers.
It's in that Tampa, like that.
No, it's like apparently straight west of us.
So I believe it's Bonita Springs. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. You were co-hosting when we had them on,
we're homies. Right? Yeah, we're buddies.
He was, he's part of Maya, and I believe he was like, you've been part of some groups together, right? So he brought one of his guys that was on, Brian, and I asked him, do you have the dream of opening a gym? He's like, no. I'm like, I'm surprised. It's usually like coaches, like especially if they're working in a gym, want to open a gym. He's created an environment there where he's actually paying them what they're worth, a livable salary. You can, I think Brian got married in the recent.
I think it's right coming up, something like that.
So. They've got like medical coverage. They do tons of stuff together. They're doing social media. Like they help with the social media. They run,
play a lot of golf.
Joshua's a full-time teacher.
Yeah.
Like in a high school, I believe. He's a full-time teacher and he's got this awesome academy that's taken off and he's got surrounded by these awesome coaches that want to help him build. It's that culture. It's not just the culture with you and your students. It's, can I get staff in here that are going to believe in my vision and grow with me? It goes back to like what I said before about like, I don't want to make money from a gym. If I was doing a 40 and over gym, I don't want to make money from it. If it paid for itself and maybe we make a couple bucks, I'd be happy enough because I have other businesses. I'm getting my money from someplace else. It's just like creating my own clubhouse, right?
This is my tax write-off.
Not saying that that's the case for him, but he created an environment where he empowered them to help him run the academy. And he's got his full-time gig and he knows that he can trust these guys. I think Brian's like his head guy, right?
Yeah, Brian's the man.
Brian, like he's at the Maya events, right? He's learning, but he's invested in it. But I think they have, I'll say what I know they have, which I believe is like at least medical, and he pays them well that they have a way. Martial arts academies are notorious for not paying much, like paying per class. Yeah. No, this is a job. This is his job.
Martial arts was salary, I believe, right? Because that's all they could really afford. Yeah. Like my school is open from 5 to 9 pretty much. Yeah. You're not going to get a 40-hour week working 4.5 hours a day. Yeah. But like what some of the things really like Championship Martial Arts. They're like the headquarters for the Maya guys. They open at like 7, 8, or 9, and there's just someone in the office working. There's not classes going on, but this is a 9 to 9 job. You know, you're doing paperwork, you're answering calls, you're making appointments. And a lot of them do like a half-hour private lesson. So if you walk in the gym at 2 p.m., whoever's there is going to give you a half-hour private lesson and then sign you up.
I'll tell you, it's easier for me to say because I know the things not to do. I don't own a gym. I don't run a gym. I advise gyms. I help them with their marketing. But I can tell you the things that the 2 gyms that I went to where the first one closed and then the second one, you know, again, don't fuck your students. That's rule number 1. Don't try to fuck your students' wives. Don't hit on them on social media.
Hit you in the head with a bat.
So besides that, what I saw done wrong was literally stood in front of me and said, "Yeah, I'm really not worried about the adults class. I'm investing all my time and money into the kids programming." That's when I knew I should have left. Is because he was like, "Yeah, I do this because I have to. I do the adults class because I have to. I'm building an army of kids." Which again, he mostly lost because of his activity, and I could never
kids' moms.
Yeah. Then also, it was anytime he was very much a narcissist. When he would see us get close to a coach, that coach was gone.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts? No privates. You're not allowed to do privates. You want to do a private with me? Come to class. No private, so that that's an additional stream of money that you should have been making, and your coaches could have been making. You're not paying them a lot. This is where, when a coach doesn't make a lot, the privates are where they get. So they've either got to go out and do privates someplace else. But as soon as he found out you were doing privates, gone. No striping. Again, these are all things that they did wrong. These are things that were done wrong. Hey, hold on. Let me run down the rest of the list because I got more. No, I don't believe in stripes. Adults are almost more into the stripes than the kids, right? We're proud of that program. I've literally seen grown men cry from a stripe on their blue belt. Like,
that's a little much.
But like that guy that lost my 400 pounder, he lost like 100 pounds in like his first 2 years of doing jiu-jitsu. So like your struggle, like, man, what it took to get here, or I got divorced, or I got this or that. And it's just like the recognition. Again, BNI, we have like our core principles, givers gain. Recognition is one of them. People want recognition. It's in our DNA. You look really good today, Ben. I love that logo. That's so awesome. Hey, look, you came in with your fight tape before, and I was just like, I tapped it. I don't know if you saw it because I was like, look at you with the
right? Yeah, I remember. You use the product to hold the product
instead
together.
of like every time you're putting it together, every time you get here and you're taping them together and then it falls apart. Like I did it. I was recognizing you, but then we got off on a tangent. But I went like, I don't know if you noticed. I went like this. I went like, and then we were just talking, right? But I'm recognizing that you did something good. You did something right. Like it's these little things that it feeds your soul. That stripe to go, I don't like to give stripes. Well, then guess what? Then you don't like to retain your students. Retention is part, especially like you're on a subscription-based model, right? A membership model where they're paying every month. You have to give people a reason to want to pay you for another month. So these were all things that weren't done. Getting close to the coach, not striping, you have to be very, very careful with the traditional approach to martial arts in this country because there are so many, like, I feel like I've never trained at your academy, but I feel like if I spoke while you were showing a move, you'd add to my, like if I joked, you'd add to my joke and then probably tell me, shut the fuck up. But like, we would have a laugh about it. It was, shh. When you're shushing the parents who aren't really talking loud, but they're all like talking, the parents that are staying a while, and he goes, shh, while he's showing a move. But then you're trying to bang the parent, like you want traditional, but you're not doing the traditional thing of being a good person and trying to bang the students, right? So
we've all dated. Ladies like a jerk.
Oh yeah. So right. So if you're gonna take that traditional approach in this country now with so much loosey-goosey, like if you have a kid that needs discipline, Grace, don't go to you. Or I do believe I've never trained a Gracie Baja, but I believe in that strict model of You got a really bad kid, put him in a uniform where everybody's the same. Curriculum on paper. From what I understand with Gracie Baja is they do Gracie Baja. That's funny because that lady used to record at my old place. Gracie Baja was is a paper curriculum from what I understand, where they say everyone in the world is on the same thing that day.
Yeah.
If you have a bad kid who needs structure, that's the place to go. Do I got a fly in front of me? That's the place to go, right? So if you got a kid that's like well-disciplined, like, okay, he could be at a place where it's a little bit like maybe you want to loosen a kid up or he's not good at making friends. There are like plus and minuses for a lot of places, but those are the things that my coaches did bad. Literally not my first academy. He was in law enforcement and he would say like, hey, I got a stakeout tonight. But then I kind of learned that he was banging a chick in Miami. And he'd be like, I can't make it today. And I had the keys and I'm a white belt opening up, but I was an adult white. I was a 40 plus white, I started at 41. So I'm 41. It was before my 41st birthday. So at 41, I had the keys to my place. I never paid him a dime. We exchanged marketing, never paid him any money, but then I was coaching, opening. The last thing I'll say is like, you can't do that and just hand off to a white, like to a younger, but like you need to have an advanced person on the mat. And then the last thing I would say is, oh man, what was it? Oh, if he only opened at 5, you talked about like the Maya guys, the champion guys, like they're there all day. You need to have the doors open earlier in the day. You need to have potential if you could, morning class, a lunch class, but you're also there for the potential of that walk-in. Right. Who, one walk-in is X. What is it for the year? Like take the monthly and times it for the year. That's the way I look at somebody. If I'm with them for the year, now this is what I'm losing by not being there.
You got to get to a point where
business.
You can hire someone to be there.
Yes.
Because when it's just you, all the other stuff doesn't get done that needs to be done.
What do you think about having like fitness classes or yoga classes during the day? So there's something going on the mats. Yeah. During the day.
So I was at one point looking like, can I find a yogi that wants to sublet my dead hours? Okay. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't get that intense into it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how is that going to affect my insurance? Is it my insurance? Is it your insurance? Is it blah, 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 blah? So I just kind of like
hire somebody
let it go by the side.
I mean, you could 1099 them too.
Yeah. I just I didn't want to be like, okay, now I have to build a yoga program.
Yeah.
And advertise.
I think like BJJ After 40 is doing that out in it's not Denver. I forget the name. Jewel. They're in Colorado. They did that. They have like more kids-based programs during the day. They're doing yoga. They changed like the format of what it is during the day and even changed the name to the grounds, not the same grounds as Joshua. So we even were like, well, BJJ is the main thing. So they changed the name to online. It was BJJ Grounds, but they changed it to the grounds. And I'm like, it's not very clear what you're doing, but it was just like the playgrounds. And then like for jiu-jitsu, they know, grappling on the ground, right? So they did a good job of that, and we were helping them with their marketing, and they were filling up. So anyway, those were the things that I think were done like wrong. Again, I'd never owned an academy, so you could say, okay, these are the things I've done, and I've done them. I've actually taken the whole Christmas in July thing because I know you said it was successful for you, and I've been mentioning it to like our gyms that we have as clients. Not a ton, but I said before, like we've cut the cost on it to help them because we want to build that. But we were also doing it so that they have that extra money to then, okay, look, let's take that extra money you're saving and use it for ads. But these are the things that I think that I know from the outside or from the inside looking into the inside, right? Not from the outside looking in, but being a student, I've seen coaches do some really stupid shit. They're their own worst enemy. My old coach he was the worst enemy. He's a great coach and his jiu-jitsu is really good. But he was such an asshole. If he didn't like lesbian women, he would be like he just didn't like them. I don't know. He didn't like them, and he would like ignore them so that they would they'd train and he'd sign them up, but then like he'd force them out, especially if it wasn't like a pretty lesbian. I swear to God, he would be like, oh, puppy faces, look at them being like, he had this thing about puppy face, but he did not like when they were like, he didn't like anybody gay, I guess, but like we had lesbian women that signed up, and he would ignore them until they left. He would like, even I remember, actually saying to me, he's just like, yeah, she's not going to be here much longer anyway. And just ignore, like,
he sounds awesome. Fuck.
This is why he's always like every year he's got to like rebuild his school, lose students, rebuild it. Like it's not like a constant increase. And then when I left and I kicked up some dust because of what I found out he was doing, I had it was public enough that people were like, oh shit, and a lot of people left. And it's hard for him to get signed. It's jiu-jitsu community is really small. People find out you go in there, they're like, do you hear about him?
Yeah.
So like they get sign up little Johnny, but then they meet somebody at a tournament or a friend's like, oh yeah, I got my kid jiu-jitsu too. Oh, what school you at? Oh, I heard about that school. I heard about him. And like he can't keep students. So
yeah. How many weird DMs have you gotten?
Hey, fellow jiu-jitsu dummies. Think about this. How well do you know the people who are training your kids? Does your academy run background checks on all staff members, not just the owner? That's why there's Academy Safe. We mandate those checks, plus crucial U.S. Center for Safe Sport certification and concussion training. But we require even more. Our accredited gyms must also have defibrillators on premises, CPR, first aid, and AED certification, security cameras, verification of coach lineage and ranks, and business insurance. Don't guess. No. Demand safety for your family. Find an accredited gym at academysafe.org. Academy Safe, the highest standards in martial arts safety.
Special thank you to the crew over at Flow and Roll for all their support. Flow and Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow and Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram at flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and remember, you'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
Is your business getting lost online? Black Belt Digital Marketing is a full-service digital marketing agency that helps you get found, get leads, and grow. We specialize in local and website SEO, so your business stands out when customers search. Our website SEO makes sure your site loads fast, ranks high, and stays ahead of AI-driven search, so customers find you first. More visibility, more clicks. More customers right when they're ready to buy. Grow your business online with Black Belt Digital Marketing. Visit bbdigitalmarketing.com or call 9542-204932 today.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap. So
no,
yeah, right.
I could be here forever.
We could, but he doesn't want to be here forever.
Whatever, dude.
All right, so go ahead and do your little outro.
Do my thing.
Do your thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Hold on.
children of all ages.
I will do it in the layout optics glasses.
Hold on.
There we go.
Hi there. Are you an athlete? Do you use athletic tape and gauze? Do you want the absolute best on the market? Well, we have fighttape.us here for you. Get on our website, fighttape.us. Go to our Instagram, fighttape.us, and use Fight Tape.
Did you set up a JJD?
Yeah.
Code?
Set that up a long time ago. Use code JJD
your job to
for
remind
10% off.
10%?
10 whole percent.
No way, Ben.
Now, Fight Tape also supports grassroots martial arts. Here in Florida, we have the International Kickboxing Federation Point Kickboxing and Muay Thai tournament. Our next one in South Florida is coming up at the Davie PAL May 17th. This is a no knockout tournament. It's more of a hard spar, right? Mm-hmm. If you've never competed before, this is the perfect intro.
It's like point fighting, right?
Point fight, yeah. It's not karate where it's like, yeah. You are having a kickboxing match at like a sparring intensity. It shouldn't be any harder than the sparring you do at your gym, but you get to do it with people on the outside.
Sure.
So I've put all my guys into it before they fight full contact, before they get in MMA. You have to do these. Yeah. You got to get it's a fight.
It's a fun event.
It is.
It's a fun event. You start with the little guys too, right?
Yep.
Seeing those little kids in
So
the
cute.
gloves and the pads, it's freaking adorable. I loved it. Like I've gone out of because I set up for Academy Safe. We're supporters, and I would like go out of my way to watch those fights in the beginning. It's freaking adorable.
It really is.
You get, it's like jiu-jitsu, get the occasional cry. Oh man, I lost, and they cry. But it's adorable and very safe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a very safe environment. You have really great refs and coaches.
We use referee Chris McNochi. You might know him from the UFC.
Yeah, he's
PFL.
everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
And then we use Steven Swearingen.
How do you say his last name?
McNochi.
McNochi. I've seen it. I trained with his wife. She used to train at our
They're awesome.
gym. Yeah.
And then Steven Swearingen. So we have the #1 amateur ref in the state and the #1 pro ref in the state reffing our matches.
Yeah. Literally, like I've seen him in I think, was it Bare Knuckle? Did I see?
Mm-hmm.
He does them all. I mean, he's like they're a state ref, right? So they get called in, like they get assigned.
Yeah. Both of our referees are passed by the ABC. They're accepted and work for the State Athletic Commission. They are professional referees.
Yeah.
Like we don't cut corners.
It's like when I see one of the UFC coaches in one championship, all of a sudden I'm like, they don't just work. They don't work for the UFC. They work for the state, or at least they're right. They're licensed by the state, and then the state.
If you're in Florida and you're refereeing, you have to be licensed by the Florida State Commission.
So but these guys aren't like, when I think about the UFC, they're not UFC employees.
No,
the refs.
So
unless they go to a country where there's no commission, or even a state where there's no commission, then the UFC brings them in.
Right.
Then you're working.
But
UFC is the commission at that point. And
the UFC will go, hey, this guy's commissioned in Vegas, but we're doing a show in Florida, and they'll just be like, hey, go take the Florida test.
Okay.
And then they can get cleared and stuff.
Yeah. Great event. I've been to a couple of them. We missed the last one because I was traveling. I was traveling.
You were at IBJJF's.
Yes. Really fun event. Thank you very much. Fun. If I would make the suggestion, if you're like, I really want to check, just go watch.
Yeah.
At least come watch.
Yeah.
There's food. There's a vendor. There's a little
$20 at the door to get
some
in.
food. You can get drink. Yeah. There's vendors set up. You can watch just kind of what goes on. And
in fact, I suggested, really we had some coaches come by 2 shows ago going, we just want to see what it's like.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, because there's other events in the area that claim to do point fights, and they do not.
You have like guys with like, there was other ATT owners that came out. What's his name? Roger.
Yep, Roger Crawl brings. He's now MMA Science. He's no longer with Top Team. But John Y sends out guys. MMA Science.
Jim Ehlers is there. I've seen Jim Ehlers there both times.
Ehlers martial
former
arts.
UFC fighter.
Yeah, Impact Muay Thai, Hybrid Muay Thai, Kings.
And again, kids to adult, right? Kids
4 years old and up. 4 years old and up.
I don't know that old time, like not guys my age, but
last time we had some gentlemen in their mid to late 50s competing. That was the first time we've had like Masters 2 or better.
Yeah.
But I got a bunch of calls for them. So now I'm like, hey guys, we got it.
You want to know what? It's a weird, fun part of it too for me watching is the refs are like making sure that somebody's not trying to take their head off. So, like they're so engaged in it that they're like, okay, like just making sure everybody's safe. That's so like for amateur guys, I think that's really important. Like I'm not going to go in there and somebody's going to fucking knock me into the shadow realm.
There's a place for it, and it ain't here. Rich Grindle runs the IKF in Florida, and when we bring in our referees and our judges, we have meetings, structure. Like there's specific hand signals that the refs will use so that the guy running the table, the timekeeper, like understand the situation of the match.
Okay.
What we do run into is a lot of experienced competitors will use them as warm-ups and to stay fresh. And that's dope. And you should. I push my guys to do it.
But don't come in there trying to knock somebody's head off.
But what happens is moms or coaches be like, this kid's been training 15 years. Let him fight. This isn't a fight. It's not what you're here for. You signed up for a point competition. Now, I am the commentator for Combat Night. And if you want to fight, we can get you a fight. Easy. Yeah. That's no problem.
Yeah. I saw Mitchell in at Pans too. He stopped and said hello.
I think they had a show in the next thing.
Like, yeah. You guys were there because you were there for Maya, but you also commentated.
Yeah, I just don't know if you were in like the same building as us because there's a couple buildings.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not 100%.
Yeah, but hell of a show.
Yeah,
hell of a show.
All right. Yeah. We were. We would have been to the left.
Okay.
We were at the first one. If you're facing.
Oh, you're in the big hall. We're in the smaller hall.
Yeah. So all right, so let's again we got to wrap it up. So shout out to Leo Optics. We got our awesome sunglasses. You've got the bamboo. I don't have the bamboo, but it does have the stripes.
Styling.
These they went. I don't know that they did a whole bunch of other ones like this. I know that they stick with the bamboo, but these were like like.
You gave me a pair of those. They're awesome.
Yeah,
glasses. I like them a lot.
I like these. I usually wear these when I'm like not in all black.
God, you're so handsome. Look at you. Good Lord.
Check them out at leooptics.com. You can use code JJD for 10% off your order. They support Academy Safe as well, so let's give them a little support as well. Check us out at Jiu-Jitsu Dummies for all the ways to watch, listen, and support. I don't give out my my personal Instagram anymore. I'm just like building the other stuff.
Well, you can check out my Instagram.
Too many people wanting to have personal conversations on my personal.
You can reach out to me, MMA Coach Ben on Instagram. You can get some awesome, high-quality athletic tape, fighttape.us, and you can train at the absolute best mixed martial arts training facility in Palm Beach, Florida. American Top Team, Palm Beach Gardens. Check out ATTPBG.
There you go. You can get me at the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies. I'm usually the guy, like I have my team posting sometimes, but I usually do the reels and I'm doing the communication. Now we do get a lot on there. So it's like, I'm not always great with like getting to somebody right away. I, gotta, share stuff but a lot of times like, I want to suggest my coach to be a guest on the show, things like that. I get a lot of that, so I have to like put that into kind of like a bucket and say like I'll get to that when I can get to it. But I also handle the Academy Safe. If you want to chat with me at Jiu-Jitsu Dummies or at Academy Safe, I'm the guy that's going to answer the messages and the questions. Although again, my team helps with posting. So check us out. So that's it. We'll wrap it up. Thank you for watching and listening, everybody.
See you later.
Love Jiu-Jitsu. Peace.